going on, everyone? This is your host, Sean Johnson, creator of Bench Minor Hockey, and welcome to episode number 23 of our Bench Minor podcast. This is the hockey podcast that covers single A hockey news and stories from players and staff. If you are listening to us on Apple, make sure you give us a follow. If you're watching us on the YouTube series, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And episode 23, I have co-owner of the Watertown Wolves, Mrs. Ashley Scanlin. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. So I'm going to, let you have the floor for a minute. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know a lot of people around the league may not know who you are.
Right. Okay. So, um, back in May, Tyler, who is one of my investors, Tyler Weiss, who's the owner, he gave me a call and said that he had heard that the Wolves were going to be coming up for sale. So he asked me to go to a hockey game, and I had told him, hey, I'd been a sponsor for a couple years, so Andreas invited us to come by. We went to a few games. We went and visited the locker room, visited with, the coaches, all that good stuff. And then after going a few times, then I think it was just like maybe 3 or 4 times, then the decision was made and they wanted to buy it. So that's how I got involved with it, because I am his realtor. And Tyler's been investing with me for like 3 years in real estate, mostly commercial real estate,
Mm-hmm.
restaurants, hotels, apartment buildings, that kind of thing. Um, I've been a business owner for a couple of years, like 8 years around here. So I own a clothing store. I'm a mom. So I stay
Yeah,
very busy.
you already covered like my next few questions.
Oh,
So
sorry.
when is?
I'm bad.
Oh, you're
I
fine. You're
do
fine.
radio
When
before,
did
so
you?
I set myself up.
Right. When did you actually? So this actually happened last season when you went to a few hockey games and started talking to Tyler with Andreas.
Well, yeah, that's how I initially got brought into it. And then, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so then he started talking and he was like, do you want to be a part of it? So that's when I got brought onto it. And then back in like September is when he was like, do you want to help with marketing and with, public relations? So that's kind of what I've been doing this whole season. And
Okay.
then just
Because
more, go ahead. Sorry.
it seems like you guys kind of, I want to say like kept it a secret, but I didn't even know there was multiple owners
There
until a
is.
couple
There's a
months ago.
couple of them. There's two other guys, so that they're owners. They're not. One is local, the other is not. But yeah, there's always investors. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times they think other people are still involved with it that had owned it previously, but they are no longer owners of the team.
Right. Okay. And like you said, you're a mom, a real estate agent, a business owner, and now a co-owner, marketing director. How do you have time for all of this?
Oh, I don't know. I'm crazy. I don't know. I'm very good at budgeting my time. I've had to do that my whole life. I've always been a busybody, so it keeps me out of trouble. Well, supposedly. Try to anyway.
Not as of late, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite part about joining the organization so far?
Honestly, like the fans, we do have a very amazing fan base around here. The players, the community, like everybody loves to be involved, and I really like that. I mean, my son loves it. He's 6. He actually doesn't say let's go to the hockey game. He actually has to go to the hockey fight. So that's been good
Oh,
getting
okay,
him
okay.
involved with that. Yeah, and the guys, they're just super good with him. So I mean, there's a bunch of things.
Right. Have you put him on skates yet?
Yes, we have been ice
Yeah.
skating a couple times. He loves it.
Oh, I bet it's a blast. Um, I know they have junior wolves. I don't know what the age group is, but I think they have a younger group.
Yeah, they do. Is it the Mighty Mites? I think they come on during our intermission sometimes and skate. They're so
Yeah, I
cute.
think so.
Yeah.
Get him involved. Let's
Oh,
see
I
him on
am.
the
I'm
ice.
trying slowly but surely. The guys are great with them. We do have like skate with the players and stuff, and he absolutely loves it.
Right. All right. Moving on. I know you said there's 4 owners. Can you tell us the percentage of what each owner has?
So I guess I could, but they're all different. There's
Okay.
main owners and then just investors. So again, I'm just getting into investing, and I'm staying right now. My role solely for this year is going to be being assistant GM for the rest of the season. So that is my sole thing that I am just trying to accomplish to get us through the rest of the season.
Right. I know it's been an ugly year. There, from the beginning to now. Um, I know it started with Clarky. not his fault. He got a promotion. I mean, he got to go to Knoxville. Anyone would want to go to Knoxville. If you've been in Watertown for a period of time, Knoxville's a treat.
Yes, no,
So
definitely.
I know that kind of hurt because that was right before the season started. I know Coachman. I'm not really going to give you my opinion on that, but he went 5-6. I didn't think that was a bad start. But
No, no,
regardless,
yep,
you guys went in a different direction with Coach Esau.
yep.
Now my question is, whatever happened to Coach Esau? He was kind of there for a couple weeks, and then just there was no
He's
official statement. He just kind of not there anymore.
he's still around. He's still in the area. He's just not actively on the bench right now, but he is still here in Watertown.
What does that actually mean? Um, like, is he part of the team or is he not?
um, yeah, he's still part of the team. He's just not actively coaching for us right now.
Okay, I'll leave that at that. Um, another thing, I recently heard that again, a lot of rumors. That's why I want to talk to you directly because it's so
Yeah, no,
much easier to hear it from the source.
we actually had this
So
scheduled a month before any of this even went down, so it actually kind of just fell into play.
I know that is kind of funny because I'm sure you saw the comments. Oh, this isn't really a good idea. I don't know what you're getting into. This isn't a good look for bench minor. Well, I got my schedule right there, and we scheduled this
Yeah,
like a month ago, so
exactly.
the timing was impeccable.
On the money.
So I want to talk about Curtis Mosley real quick. So a
Okay.
lot of rumors floating around. Can you tell us the status on him? Is he still currently active with the team? Has he stepped down? What's going on with the GM?
Yep. So a couple weeks ago, I guess 2 weeks ago, he decided to take a step back. He is still involved in the organization. He's still going to be part of our game days and stuff like that, but he has stepped back from being GM.
Okay, and
Personal reasons. He's got,
personal reasons.
yep, family stuff. I mean, yeah, so he's just decided to step back. We actually addressed the team together before he headed to Maryland, and yeah, he's just got a lot on his plate and decided to step back for right now. But he is still part of the team,
Absolutely.
100%.
I do know that I'm not going to get his personal information out there or anything, but somebody very close to him did pass away. So, I just want to offer him my condolences. My heart's out to Curtis. I love Curtis. He's
He's a
actually
great
been on our
guy.
show before. So,
Yes. Me and him have worked together all season, so
mhm.
he's been a great asset to the team. The boys love him. We've honestly had a great working relationship together, and it's been awesome. So we're sad to not see him every day. But he's still around.
Well, that's good. He's a huge local guy. Loves his community. Um, he's definitely a guy you want to keep around the organization.
Oh, for sure.
At least part time.
Definitely.
So now that Curtis has kind of stepped back, and now that Coach Esau isn't very active, who is now in charge of making the roster decisions?
So that would be Pens. So he is now part
Okay.
of it, and Cohen. So those two, and also, Tyler and myself have been part of that decision now. As of late, too, we're all kind of working together as a team.
Hmm.
So, yeah, mainly those two, but they do ask for our opinion.
Right. I mean, as you should. Typically it would be a coach or GM that makes those decisions, but seeing that you don't have an active one currently, the best option you have right now is to go to your captain. So,
Yeah,
yeah, what he says goes. All right.
right. And he's been
Um,
great. Charlie's been awesome. He hasn't played, I think, the last 2 or 3 games. He's had some hip problems, so we were letting him
mhm.
take a rest and be on the bench. But he's been awesome, and especially he's been helping me with GM stuff like paperwork and all the behind the scenes stuff, I guess you could say. So he's been very active in helping. Cohen too. We're always texting and calling each other, so we're all on the same page, and they've really been amazing and stepped up.
Awesome. And I was actually going to ask you about Larry Yellowney. He's missed a couple games now. Just want to check on the health of him.
So his shoulder is messed up, um, and yeah, I saw him today. So that's been one of the things this year that has kind of affected the team in a huge way, is a lot of injuries. So you'll be finding out more soon.
Right, because I did see that you guys recently posted. or I'm sorry, I saw in transactions that you guys had 3 season-ending injuries, and those are
Yeah,
huge names.
I know. Um, Trust me, it was not what we wanted to do, but what we had to do. Obviously, we need to worry about their health and their safety first, and doctor's orders. So those, unfortunately, yeah, were a huge hit.
Do you think you may be in trouble for the postseason? I only ask that because you just lost a
Big,
ton of guys.
right,
I mean, you can't sign any new guys because they don't have the 15 games played.
right. So
So you're kind of relying on college kids if
we
or
are.
any are available.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have brought in some guys, some new ones. That I think we just got a guy from Montreal that was one of the friends of Johnny Manatitas. So he's
Mhm.
here. We did get some college guys. So yeah, I mean that has been the one thing that has definitely screwed us. But all the guys in the room have great attitude. They're all here to play, and they're all super stoked for the playoffs.
Yeah, I see. Trevor Lord, shout out to him because he's one of your best players in my opinion.
He's
I
amazing.
think he's very underrated.
A
Um,
100%.
but he's just one of those guys I see online all the time, like hyping up the fans, like, hey, like, believe in us, have some faith, like we're gonna bring everything we got. So I think you got a star in him. I think he's
Oh,
got a bright future.
he said he wants to be back next year. He's like one of the first guys. Again, he was one of the first ones that came. Like he helps me when new guys come in. Like he's pretty much my go-to guy with helping move guys in when they come here, like get all their stuff ready or whatever they may need. So
Hmm.
yeah, I absolutely, hands down, one of the best players on the team.
Right. Now let me ask you this: there are times when teams kind of need to keep things kind of internal,
Hmm.
but there's also times when teams probably should make a statement to kind of let sponsors and season ticket holders know what's going on.
Yep.
Why does it kind of seem like Watertown's been quiet this year?
Probably because we've been through so much. Obviously, didn't have the best track record with the whole coachman scenario and just things going on that these guys have been through a lot. The ones that have stuck by us and stayed here have been through a ton, and we appreciate them. And we don't like to. Most people know what's going on if they come to the games. Everybody kind of knows, but I don't know. I guess we're just not trying to stir the pot anymore. And a lot of times, stuff that people do hear are not the truth. So we just kind of go with the flow, I guess you could say. I don't really know.
Right. It kind of seems, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth by no means, but it kind of seems like this year you guys had a tough year. Like you
Yeah,
said, injuries. Your team kind
we're
of got gutted to begin with. So
yeah,
it seems like you guys are just kind of in survival mode essentially.
pretty much. I mean, it's been a learning experience for all of us. Obviously, us never coaching, having to worry about coaches, players, any of that stuff. Curtis being in the GM position, him never doing that kind of stuff before. So we all kind of were just thrown in there and did the best we could. We have an amazing fan base around here. Everybody, I know they like to say stuff online, but our numbers are up from what they have been the past 2 years. So fans are still coming.
It is
Fans are
true.
still having fun. Yeah. So I mean, like that is one thing our that hasn't been an issue, and we just try to
You
work
know,
out anything that comes around.
every owner and every GM says, "Oh, we're up from last year." So I knew you were going to say that. I did fact check, guys. She is correct. Numbers are up.
I was gonna say I can go. I always check that stuff. I want to compare, but it is true. Yes.
Right. No, especially coming off a championship season. Um, Watertown's a tough market. I will say that. Like I've been there, I live there.
Hmm.
Watertown's tough because beginning of the season, weather's super nice. Fans don't really want to go to a hockey game. They want to enjoy the last little bit of summer. Um, then winter officially hits, then they'll start coming, and then New Year's hits. It kind of slumps again, and then end of the season, same thing. Weather starts getting nicer, they want to get out again. So Watertown's a tough market. So you really have to take advantage of those winter days.
Hmm.
And the worst part about that is when it's too nice, fans won't come. When it's too bad, fans won't come.
That is
So
true. Yeah,
Mother
quite
Nature kind of dictates, your attendance.
for sure. We honestly like the very first two games were our worst games, obviously, but wish we could move. Maybe make those away games the first few ones. And
Yeah.
obviously, I like it just because of Fridays and Saturdays are obviously the best. Sundays hit or miss. Thursdays are hard up here because of the timing of the games. You know, kids got school and all that,
Mm-hmm.
so that is hard when the games go later. But weekends, I mean, honestly, we've been killing it. I have no complaints on that end for sure.
Well, I haven't been there this year to see one, but I will next year. I'll be there.
I was gonna say you better be
I will. I will be there.
perfect.
Um, so let me get to a couple fan. Well, there's a lot of fan questions. I'm not going to get to all of them, but
Oh
I'll do
God!
my best here.
All right.
All right. So we all seen, the text that he sent Greg Hussey that went viral in the Fed world, if you will. Have
Yeah.
you spoken to the Hussey brothers since you've released them?
Personally, no, but I know that they have talked to people in our league, and they just said they just want to play hockey, and they're happy where they're at now. So they don't. We're all trying to move on from what went down.
Right. What exactly kind of? I know you said that Pens and Cohen kind of make the decisions on the roster.
Hmm.
What kind of forced them to release the Hussey brothers?
So actually, I mean, that was talked about a few weeks before it even happened. It was talked about a few different times actually during the season. Just it never happened. So it just happened in the most random time when Curtis just happened to not be here, and I just happened to be the one that did it. But there was reasons behind it. There was multiple reasons. I mean, we know that Brendan, he wants to be a cop and stuff, so we didn't know how long he would be around, and he's been dealing with injuries all season. And then we just thought it was the time for a change to bring in some new people.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Um,
and I love both those guys. They both know I do. Me and G Hus, like we've had a friendship outside of their like not emotional or physical relationship, but we've always
I don't know
talked.
what this is.
Well, because I know people are going to speculate, so there's my air quotes. No, but we've always been very friendly. We talk about game day stuff. I mean, we've been friends, so
Okay, and that leads me to the next part, and I know everybody wants to hear this part.
yeah,
A lot of rumors, and I don't want to get into it too deep, but a lot of
yeah.
rumors going around that you have been romantically involved with players on Watertown, across the league. I don't know,
Hmm.
true or false.
I haven't been. That's like the funny part. And I can honestly say I've not been part of who's on a line. You can ask anybody in our locker room. I've never had any say on who's on which line. I've never cut anybody because of it. Like, we're like a family here. So that's kind of the funny part. Like, a lot of these guys can't go home for Christmas. We spend Christmas together. We spent Thanksgiving together. Like, we're very, like, tight knit group. And the ones that are actually here, and even ones that have left, like I've told people, ask people that have left, see if that's the truth. Like, ask the actual players then, because I would love to know who would actually say that, because I don't believe any of our actual people would. I believe people are getting misinformed by the wrong people.
That has happened, and again, I'm not sticking up for players, not sticking up for you. I don't know the truth. I hope you just told it.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I do
but hey,
definitely. Me and the guys do talk. They'll text me. They text me if they need laundry detergent. They text me if they need new sheets. I mean, that's how we take really good care of our players. You can ask any of our players. We just flew them to Mississippi. Like, we're very. I've never felt like we had to be like standoffish, or like there's like a blocker in between us to where they can't reach out to me. Like, they ask me for anything and everything. Like, it's not weird like that. So for people to even say that, like, baffles me.
right, just kind of this is coming from me, but why do you think rumors even started?
Oh, I know exactly why rumors started, but I will
Care
choose
to
not.
share?
Huh?
Care to share?
Um, I can't right now, maybe in the future, but I know exactly why, because people were filled with false information because of, uh, it was, I don't know, somebody that's close to the team that decided that they didn't like me, so decided to start spreading rumors. But always check
Okay,
your sources, people.
Yep, and that's why we contacted Ashley directly.
Yeah, no, exactly. Please come to me and ask me. I will tell you anything. I don't have anything to hide. So
So, what do you think needs to change immediately there in Watertown?
we need a coach, a full time coach that's here all the
I know a
time.
guy.
Yeah. All right.
I know a few
Um,
guys.
yeah. Oh, we've had a few reach out too, but mainly just we have a very young team. So that has, besides the few pros or the guys that we had come back from last year, it's kind of been, again, a learning experience. These guys haven't played on the pro level or, in the FPHL. So they've had to learn, you know, first we have coach, he leaves. Locker room isn't the best, so working on, the issues in the locker room. There's a lot of, I don't know. I don't know even know the word to use, but there needs to be better team camaraderie. Like I feel like that's kind of been an issue, since there hasn't been like a coach to kind of put them in their not put them in their place, but I just feel like they need some guidance. We'll say that.
I agree with you there. I've seen enough Wolves games to know this year that there's not a lot of
Communication,
team cohesion.
exactly. There needs more communication. That's our main thing. We have a ton of like honestly, we have a ton of great players. We have everything we need here. It just has to be executed better. Is pretty much it.
Okay. A couple more fan questions here. I won't take up too much of your time, but
Okay.
next one. Larry Yeldony was the last returning player from the championship team last year. Why was it so hard to retain players this season?
Ah, I mean, I think it's because obviously some went up and followed Clarky, right?
Yeah, three, maybe four.
Yeah, that and then some that were in our camper came. They were cut by coachmen. I know that, but I'm not really sure. That's what I'm guessing. I guess just because Clarky wasn't here, maybe.
I just asked that because typically what is it, 12? I think you can protect 12 players. The rules
Yeah,
change every year. I had to look into it. I think you protect 12, but to have one out of those 12 from a championship run last year, it's almost unheard of.
I know, yeah, and oh well, and also, didn't a lot of them go with Andreas and Binghamton, right? So maybe that because he was the other owner. So I'm guessing maybe that had something to do with
A couple.
it. I'm trying
But
to think.
I know
That
I got
a
you.
few of them, yes. So yeah, so that there we go.
Right. I'm just saying it's crazy to have one remaining player. It like I said, it's almost
I know.
impossible. Most
Yeah,
most players want to stay and try to repeat, but like I said, we're down to one. It is what it is.
we are down to one.
Um, of course, someone asked, who's going to be the next coach. Sounds like we don't know yet. Probably got to wait till the off season, right?
Yeah, we definitely have a few in mind for sure. But yeah, we are not sure yet.
Who do you got in mind?
I can't say.
Oh,
Got to
come on.
keep the fans like wondering, right? There has to be something. Keep them on their
Well,
toes.
something like that, but
Yeah,
you need stability. You need
we do.
stability.
100%. Make all of our jobs easier.
Um, what is your vision for the Wolves? I know you just recently got involved this year. Where do you see this team next year?
I see them going all the way. I mean, I think literally, like I said, a lot of them I hope to have back next year. We have, again, a lot of great players. We want to obviously win another cup. So we just see, net over the summer, we're just going to go like balls to the wall with like marketing and getting more sponsors, and we're gonna do more like training camps and getting the guys ready. We're gonna do like, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell, but anyways, we're before it starts we plan on doing a lot more like training with the players and stuff, so I just see them getting better and better.
Training with the players. What do you mean?
Like Tyler's military, so he like wants them to do like some like boot camp, like get them, I know a lot of people, a lot of them like work out in the off season, but we want to, I don't know. We want to zhuzh it up a bit.
Well, you can just contact the USO or the MWR over on Fort Drum and have
Yeah,
some of the drill sergeants come over and whoop them into shape.
exactly. That we already got a bunch of things on our list that we want to do. So we're excited. We're already like, that's the thing is the guys that are here, we have great energy and they're all happy to be here. So we're already planning stuff for next year. Can only go
Perfect.
up. We hope it can't go down anymore.
Yeah, we can't have this Titanic sink any lower than it already has.
Oh, no, 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 no.
But
We're good.
that is all I got for you. Is there anything you'd like to say to Watertown Wolves Nation? Kind of, I'll let you have the floor. Anything you want to say? Anything you want to clear up?
That I want to clear up. I think we kind of went over everything. I mean, as far as that I can
Right.
think of in my head, there's been
I'm
so
just
much.
I'm giving you the floor because we got
No, I'm just
nearly
saying.
4,000 followers, so floor
Oh,
is
do you?
yours.
Okay. No, I just like, we have great fans. You know, we have good and bad fans. So those few that little 5%, don't let it swing you. Like the just support our players. Our players love our fans. They're there to play for you guys, and we just ask for them to come out and support the players. If they don't have to like us, but we know they love the guys.
That's right. You don't have to like Ashley or Tyler. They're just there to run the show, but you
I
have
can.
to support the
I'll,
players.
I'll be the villain. Exactly. That's what you're there for.
Yeah, exactly. And I've said that from day one. You know, it's all about the players. They want to put on a show for the fans. Without the fans, there's no team. So
Exactly.
you can let these small rumors or whatever ruin your day, but at the end of the day, hockey may leave. And what else is there to do in Watertown in the wintertime
That's
besides go to a hockey
exactly it.
game?
Right. And there's so much potential for this team. And, whether or not that new arena opens one day, then that could be another team or like whatever, or we won't get into that. But there is so much potential for.
Yeah, don't burn a bridge with the city.
No,
Don't
no,
burn that
not with
bridge.
that. I like, because I was thinking about it, but like, I was like, maybe we can add like an ECHL team or something, like a different league or something, or a
No,
different.
you can't.
I know. I'm like, I try to think of different things.
I
But
hear you. You got to think outside the box, but
it that's
let's
what I
start
try to
small.
do.
ECHL, that's a little much.
Yeah, right. You
We'll
never
get there someday. Not anytime soon, but we'll
know.
get there
Eventually, exactly.
eventually. But I really do appreciate you coming on the show, talking to us and the fans, and clearing everything up.
Thank you for
And I
having me.
hope to have you back on eventually.
For sure. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Bye bye.